Once again, I'm going to do another pastry dish. This time I'm going to make one of my real favourites, which is a bacon and egg pie. I'm going to start off once again with some ready-made pastry. This kind of pastry comes in a block, as opposed to being sort of pre-machined, pre-rolled out. You just get a block of pastry, which you roll out yourself into whatever thickness you require. Need some flour to stop it from sticking. As I've said before, it's similar to putting parchment powder on. Now I'm going to make it fit in there, so I would imagine probably half of this amount will do. But I don't know. Right, we'll get the rolling pin. I'm not quite sure how thick I should make the pastry. If I get just about there. It's looking not too bad. Right. Try and get it nice into the corners. Something like that. I wasn't going to put a top on this, but I think I will put a top on because I have got plenty of pastry left. So we can always splice some little bits in under the edges that we haven't fully covered. Like that. Right, so that's the pastry base done. Now for the filling. This is quick, simple, easy, very quick. Obviously we need some bacon. You could use ham if you wanted to, but bacon's perfectly acceptable. Remove some of the big bits of fat. I've seen people put sausage and tomato in this as well and make it like a breakfast pie. I'm just going to make a straightforward bacon and egg pie. The next thing naturally is the eggs. Some people put the eggs in whole, obviously out of the shells. I'm going to beat my eggs. Oh, you bastard! Right, 6 eggs. I won't use a DeWalt to mix the eggs because the battery is flat on the Makita. they're certainly mixed. You could put a little bit of milk in, but I think that just the eggs will be quite sufficient. And that will swell up quite a lot. The only thing else I'm going to put in is some pepper. I'm not going to put any salt in because the bacon is already quite salty. So just a little bit of pepper. And we're going to put a crust on top, or a cover on top of it. Once again, a sprinkling of flour. And so we get this sort of the right size for the top. Its width's not bad. We're just going to go for a bit more length. I think that should just about do it. Right. I should really have measured this, but anyway. Okay, so we'll start at one end obviously, and then or a little bit short in places. And I forgot to put the water on, but I think it'll still be alright. There's a bit of egg coming on top of there that will not harm anything at all. In fact, it'll do to put in these glaze on top of the pastry. You put some vent holes in. Acid brush and just brush the excess egg around it. Right, this goes into a preheated oven, 180 degrees centigrade, and it's a fan heated oven, a fan assisted oven. That should take roughly half an hour to cook. Right, this is now at 45 minutes. 35 minutes we'll have a look, and it's certainly starting to look cooked. Right. This certainly looks done. Right, the way to test it, if you push a clean knife into the top, you bring the knife out and there's no damp egg on there. And do it again. If the centre of the pie that isn't cooked if anywhere, push it under. It's a bit like using a bayonet to find a landmine. And that's bone dry. So that's cooked through. Right, this is definitely cooked. Now it's cooked all the way through. Once again, it just remains to say thanks very much for watching, thanks for subscribing, and bon appetit, bonny lad. That really is superb. A bit of shell gone in there. There's nothing worse than pie with a bit of shell in there, horrible. I'll just turn the camera off. Then puff pastry for its bastard top. Ah, John, you're a sloppy bastard, you are.